are both midfield players, Ian Wilson and Stuart McCall. He doesn't have a striker down there. He gave the two lads the vote over Wayne Clark. But if Everton don't turn this round, I would imagine we'll see one or the other on the pitch, if not both. And again, in this heavy atmosphere, high temperatures, there'll be times when they try and slow it down, Liverpool in particular. Van den Hauw. Nicol. Oh, Ratcliffe made another mistake. Beardsley. Ratcliffe had a long period out with injury. It happened in a cup tie against Sheffield Wednesday, and I just wonder whether he's quite as razor sharp as he used to be. Mind you, I'm talking at high standards, because he was probably the quickest player in Europe at that time in that position. Hansen with the kick. Barnes pulling away from Neil McDonald, the number 2, who dived in a bit there. That wasn't really a fullback's tackle. And Neil McDonald, rather than standing up and jockeying Barnes, dived in a bit and conceded a free kick in a dangerous position. Staunton and Barnes are the two players near the ball. Aldridge has got both arms up in the centre. Beardsley is with him. Away by Van den Hauw, only as far as Steve McMahon. Nice ball to Houghton. Offside flag is up here.
Oh, I think Neil McDonald quite relieved to see nothing come of that free kick, because just going out of the picture there he is jogging along, but it was a irresponsible tackle really, because John Barnes running away from the goal, and I mean, he had to clatter him to get to the ball, which was still a couple of yards away.
Just a reminder that should Everton equalise, extra time is scheduled for today. And if there was a replay, it will be delayed until Thursday, June the 8th, nearly 3 weeks away. But Liverpool will try to make sure that isn't necessary. Ratcliffe. Whelan to McMahon. Hansen. Staunton's got Barnes to his left, but it's a bit optimistic. Steve Staunton, the youngest player on the pitch at 20, already a Republic of Ireland international, comes from a big family down there in Southern Ireland. Indeed, cup final day, one when families and friends, very heavily numbered in the crowd, relations of the players. Hansen is on the ball now. He's making his 14th Wembley appearance for Liverpool today. Nicol. It's a good-looking ball, and it came off Watson, and Southall couldn't save it. It's a corner. Beardsley was the player who was hovering around, and Watson not too sure with that clearance. Again, the delivery in by Liverpool, tempting their strikers and taunting the Everton defenders. Nicol. Houghton. They're lined up in the centre there. Beardsley, Barnes, Aldridge. It is Hansen. Running off the ball now is Whelan. John Barnes. Staunton sprinting outside him. Aldridge with Ratcliffe. Aldridge looked at the referee. There was a loud shout from the Liverpool fans. Nothing given against Ratcliffe. Nevin has switched to the left. Beardsley. Aldridge to his left, but Beardsley could go alone. Saved by Southall. Here comes Ray Houghton.
There was a classic example. I think there was a time Kevin Ratcliffe would have caught Peter Beardsley. And again, it was an example of Everton in possession themselves and not having the composure of like Stevie Nicol, Alan Hansen, and use the ball. They got themselves into trouble. There was about 3 Everton players within 5 yards of each other, and suddenly Liverpool had an attack.
Beardsley. And still Beardsley. Well, that's 2 opportunities in a minute for Beardsley. The first one, I think, some credit to Southall, because he did stand up well and block Beardsley's view of the goal. And I think that may be substantiated by what we're going to see here, because he was clear of the defender, Ratcliffe, but Southall good in 1-against-1s like that, save with his feet. So Liverpool close to making it 2-0, and you would feel that Everton would struggle to come back from 2. Question whether Liverpool can kill the game off now, or can Everton draw on some resources to pull things round. It'll take a lot of determination, and that's a free kick against John Barnes. Now Sharp and Cottee being joined by Watson. Everton need a bit of luck, perhaps a good bounce of the ball somewhere here, just to change the pattern of play. Sharp's there again, but he's doing some leaning.
Well, at the moment, Everton are just clinging to only being 1-0 down, and you feel, having given it a few minutes, that I know Everton substitutes, Stuart McCauley and Wilson, have both been having a warm-up, and I think an introduction of somebody new has to happen. You've got the option of Trevor Stephen, actually, who is playing centre midfield today, but he can play out wide or up front, because at the moment Everton are just hanging on rather than looking like getting level.
Yes, the Everton midfield 4 are not winning the battle there at the moment. Bracewell's quiet, Sheedy's offside here. Sheedy's not been too effective. Nevin's played in bursts. So Colin Harvey may be thinking now of taking one of them off. Terry Darricott next to the Everton boss there. Stephen. Vanden Hauwe. Delivery from the back, as you said earlier, Trevor. Nothing like the quality of Liverpool's, is it?
No, that was the classic example. I mean, he had plenty of time under no pressure. A Liverpool defender in those situations would have carried the ball, committed one of the defenders, and put a quality cross in.
Just wonder whether Liverpool's only danger here might be getting a little too casual, a little too complacent. Hansen certainly was on the ball then. All too often in football we've seen teams apparently dominating games and then conceding a goal. It might happen with Stephen. Staunton, a good recovery. McMahon. Oh, that's a good bit of play by Aldridge. He was unceremoniously dealt with by Watson, but play goes on. Houghton has the advantage. Players right and left for him, but he doesn't find Barnes. The Everton fans feeling that they've had a good 5 minutes. Certainly by comparison with what went before, suggesting that the game is not over by any means. And there goes Cottee, as he showed in the CMOD Cup final.